And welcome back to Little Samson, where last time we left off we ended up getting the whole crew together and then ended up taking out a stage. So now it's time to continue on with the adventure. And this is the stage that's pretty familiar to the one that you played as Dragon. So, I mean, all this part's just some basic platforming. I mean, fortunately, this first part starts off pretty simple. And I am gonna let Samson handle this first part. But once we get back to this part, I think I'm just gonna let Dragon take care of this. Which is one thing I do like about this game. As I've said before, this game gives you plenty of options to work with as to the way you want to get through the stages. I mean, it starts off pretty simple and then it just gets tougher as it goes on, which is a good thing in my opinion. Anyway, these guys aren't too tough to take care of. It's just a matter of not putting yourself in a bad spot. Actually, I want this. And I forgot Golem can't duck. And now we're done with that, so we just got this foresty area. How we went from a mountain to a forest, I have no idea. But anyway, that's just the odd geography when it comes to an NES game. But in that case, what are you gonna do? So just gotta make jumps here. And fortunately, this first part with trying to ride these rafts doesn't get too tough, but eventually they start putting enemies in cheap spots, and then that's when you end up running into trouble. But yeah, with this part, it's really just about just getting past some of the obstacles, including these spikes. I mean, at least the spikes themselves aren't too hard, but they can psych you out into missing the jump, which is something that has happened on occasion with me. And then, just in case platforming gets too tough, you can always use Dragon, which is always a good thing. And then just like so. Fortunately, making these jumps isn't too tough even with, or no matter who your character is. And there's just an example of some cheap-ass enemy placement. And in case you wanted to, you can actually get that with mouse. But I don't really think you can get that with anybody else. Well, damn, that could have been useful. But unfortunately, what are you gonna do? Let's see, yeah, that was actually the end of the stage, so that was really quick. But instead, we gotta fight the boss, and the boss can be pretty tricky, especially since, it is pretty tricky to hit the boss, and what we do have to watch out for is just these attacks, and also just trying to put ourselves in a good position, because the boss is kind of random when it comes to those kind of things. And then they can do that. Let's see, I don't want to lose Golem here, so let's just see if Dragon can handle this. Yeah, see, fortunately, if you can get some concentrated shots in, then you can actually just wear down her health pretty quickly. And yeah, that's the end of that boss. So now on to the next stage. And what I am enjoying about this stage is not only this game in general is not only the fast pace, but also just the overall atmosphere when it comes to getting past everything. And also I did mistake the weapons. It turned out Samson's using bills instead of rocks. So that's just something to know. And I'm just here taking care of these skeletons, and fortunately, these guys aren't too tough unless they gang up on you. And in that case, at least you got Golem working for you. Let's see, for this part, you can do this one of two ways. You can either use Golem to cross the spikes, or you can use mouse to go above everything. I mean, I think I remember in the Game Grumps playthrough of this where they used mouse. But I mean, that's just one of the many ways this game lets you be creative. And any game that's as flexible as this when it comes to problem solving, that's always a good thing in my book, as I've said numerous times. So either way, just taking care of these worms, nothing too tough. Although this can be a pretty tricky jump. So instead, because I want that life, let's just go ahead and let Mouse finish this off. Let's see, this part can be a little bit tricky, so I'm actually gonna let Mouse handle this, because I kinda don't want those, let's see, those, whatever those spiky things. I just don't really want them sneaking up on me. Except the tricky part about this is you can't really... And of course, because a Mouse is a low health meter, that's one thing that's going to make this part pretty tough. And now let's just take care of this guy that way. And yeah, with Mouse's bombs, it's actually really underrated to get past everything. It's also really underrated when it comes to just its sheer strength. And you die. Okay, I'm trying to... Okay, that did not go very well, but... Unfortunately, that's just the way this game goes. Alright, that worked. Yeah, let's see, let's just stick with this guy. Yeah, I just need to get my health back here. I think I just got an extra life, too. Let's see, I think I just might as well let Dragon finish this part off. Alright, so now on to the next section. So let's see, this part's gonna be also pretty annoying because of these, those pink spiky things that explode. And the problem with when these guys explode is that they just leave this residue and then they break off into two pieces, and it's really easy to get caught off guard by those things. And in this game, it's not really the big things that kill you, it's more or less just things wearing down your health. And I'm gonna get hit by this. Or probably not. Alright, well this is somehow working. Yes, especially because we gotta manage these guys and then trying to not to get swept back by these stupid tornadoes. Even though I probably could have used that one to my advantage, but what are you gonna do? But either way, I mean, this is one I am looking forward to uploading. I mean, just because I really do enjoy this game, and also because, I mean, hopefully some people out there will enjoy watching this. I mean, I'm still trying to break 50 subscribers, but at the same time, I'm not really doing this for subscribers. And let's see, let's just... Yeah, see, this is where it starts getting tricky, because now you got all this other stuff to worry about, besides just enemies. And now we've got another bout with a boss. Let's see, this thing can be really tough if it does catch you off guard. Especially because direct contact with this thing does do a lot of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Dragon early on to just get out of the way of everything. And then I'm going to use those concentrated shots to do some damage. Yeah, see, I'm kind of worried about him popping up on top of me. And that's just the thing that's going to cause me the most problems here. So that's why I'm using Dragon to float up. But fortunately, I am wearing him down at a pretty decent rate here. Alright, just a few more here. Alright, that actually went a lot smoother than it did in my practice runs. I'm actually pretty glad about that. So yeah, with a few stages down, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a video here, so join me next time as we journey on further into this land. I'll see you then.